everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going on another media hunting vlog, and I am really excited about today's vlog because I'm going to be searching for something that I don't typically seek out all that often anymore, but today we're going to be looking for some Steelbooks, specifically Steelbooks at FYE. So recently, maybe a few weeks ago now, we actually went to one mall that had an FYE in it. It's one of the only 2 FYEs in my area, and they had a couple things, so I grabbed some things there, but I want to see if there are any other Steelbook options at the other FYE. So this other FYE is also about an hour away from me, so it's going to be a lot of driving for me today, and because of that, I decided to try to take full advantage of that. So there's actually the 4th disc replay location that I talked about in my disc replay haul. The only one I haven't been to this month is kind of sort of on the way, so I'm going to stop there before I hit FYE. And then right down the street from that FYE happens to be one of my favorite stores, 2nd and Charles. So of course, we're going to go down the street and hit that one too. Time permitting, I guess I should say. But I apologize if you hear dogs. I have dogs on both sides of me and they're kind of going crazy at each other because that's what they do. But anyway, let me mention one thing before I get going here though, because I never talk about this, but I'm always listening to audiobooks while I'm driving. And today I have like 2 hours of driving ahead of me. So of course I'm going to be listening to my audiobook. And right now I'm listening to Last Shot, which is a Star Wars book. It's like a Han Solo and Lando Calrissian adventure book. And it's been really good so far. So I'm hoping that I might get a significant chunk of the way through that, if not all the way done by the end of this drive today. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into that one some more because it's been a good book so far. So yeah, let's not waste any more time at all with chit chat. Let's get media hunting, guys. I am really excited about this. So hopefully you are too. So let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in. Disc Replay had their music blaring, and they were a lot busier than I expected them to be. So I didn't do any talking in there, but hopefully you guys saw some footage. I did put some items back, and I think I took a picture of those because I just don't think I need them, but they are all like pro wrestler led action movies, the 12 round series. So let me know down in the comments below if those are something that's worth my time or not, because they looked fun, but I ended up putting those back. I did get 3 things at Disc Replay though, but of course we'll wait until the end to show everything that I picked up. So that took a lot longer than I expected, but it's because it was busy, so I had to keep walking around and waiting for people to move so I could continue looking at the movies. I was actually a little bit disappointed because that's usually like the best 4K store in my area, but they had nothing today. It was really disappointing. At one point, I actually thought that they'd moved all of their 4K movies into their regular Blu-ray section as opposed to having it in their own spot, which they usually do. But looking through it again, I think they ended up just like selling through all of them. And so there was only a couple, or more than a couple. There was probably, I don't know, a dozen or maybe 2 dozen even, but nothing I needed, nothing that looked interesting that I didn't already own. So that was a little bit disappointing. That's one of the main reasons I make this long drive out here, but that's okay. We still have FYE where we are going to be looking specifically for Steelbooks. So I got about another 30-minute drive ahead of me in order to get to FYE. So let's get moving. Oh man, so we were Steelbook hunting, and boy oh boy did we deliver. Like, so much so that we actually had to put some back. So I am really excited to show you guys what I ended up with, because trying to stay on a budget, you know how it is. You have to put some things back. So I did get 3 Steelbooks that I am super excited about. So I apologize for my glasses. Like, they're those transitions, so it looks like I'm wearing sunglasses. I apologize for that. But yeah, so now we have one more stop, and frankly, I probably won't grab much from there unless there's some things in the free bin, just because I don't want to spend too terribly much more. But hey, you never know. You get in there and things go crazy. So we're now heading down the road to 2nd and Charles. So let's go. Okay, so as you guys can see, I am now back home. It is actually like hours and hours later. It is now the evening. I did film an outro in my car after I was done at 2nd and Charles, but I got home and I watched it back and like the footage was unusable. I parked in like the absolute worst parking spot I possibly could have in order to film that outro. I was like sweating. I was disgusting. So it was just a hot mess. So I'm home. We've done all the rest of our things for the day. My daughter's gone down to sleep. So it's hours and hours later, but that's totally fine. I need to show you guys what I ended up picking up on this trip. And remember how I said when I was going into 2nd and Charles that I hoped I didn't find anything? Well, I found some things, but the good thing is that all but one of these books was in the clearance bin for $1. So I am super excited about these because they are mostly media tie-in, which you guys know is like my favorite thing to collect in book form. So yeah, I am really excited. So we're going to start with the books I grabbed, I think. And let me start with the one that was not in the clearance bin, but I couldn't pass it up. I think I actually showed this one in my footage, but this is Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Amulet of Power. And this one is written by Mike Resnick. So this is actually like the first book that's based on the best-selling video game, or so it says here on the tagline, the first official novel based on the thrilling video game. So this is like the perfect thing for my collection. I love this, so definitely had to pick this one up. Though it wasn't $1 like the rest of these that I'm going to show, because the clearance bin is only $1. That's amazing. That one was like $3 or something. Very cheap. Actually, $2.45. I saw the price on the back there. So yeah, can't beat that deal. Like, it's a perfect thing for my collection, so I had to grab it. So the rest of these were all in the clearance bin, which, like I said, this 2nd and Charles has the best clearance bin for me because it's not all. There's a ton of media tie-in things that go there. Like, they just don't sell well at that store apparently, so they all go into this clearance bin to die, and that's when I swoop in and bring them to a wonderful home. So I will mention there are a couple that have stickers in like the worst spots. I tried removing them since when I picked them up and now, but some of them just aren't coming off easily, like this one. So I apologize for all the stickers, but this is the novelization to Crimson Tide, and this one was written by Richard Henrik. So I've never seen this one, but I believe it's a submarine thriller of sorts with Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman, so I'm guessing it's going to be pretty decent. I don't know anything about the author to this. Oh, look at this old Kmart sticker. Gotta love that. Throwback. That's fantastic. Man, that is old. I wonder when this came out. So they probably bought it new. I want to see if I can find a date real quick. 1995. Wow. So yeah, that's an old vintage Kmart sticker. You gotta love that. So next up is not media tie-in, but it's like right up my alley. It's an action book, and I have another one from this series, so I figured I would grab this. This is The Guardians Warzone, written by Richard Austin. So I don't know what number book this is in this Guardians series, but I'm guessing it's probably, what would that be, like 6-ish, if those are the other ones in the series. And I know I have another one. I don't know if it's book number 1 or what book number it is, but this is a series where I'm guessing you probably don't have to read it in order. But the tagline here is, it does have a number. I just saw that, the 6th adventure. So this is book number 6. But it says World War III is over and the ultimate battle for control begins. So this is just an over-the-top action movie set in a future, a near future, I think is what they call it. So yeah, very interested in this series. Like I said, I have one already, so I figured I would grab that one since it was $1 and I never see them. This next one is a movie that I absolutely love. I know it has an actor in it who turns out to be a piece of garbage, but I still love this movie. So this is Pay It Forward, and this was written by Catherine Ryan Hyde. This book, or rather this novelization, is to a movie that I love. I watched it in high school. My old choir teacher used to show us movies, and this was one that he always showed us, and it always hit me right in the feels. Like, I always cry at the end of this movie. It's fantastically done. I love it, so had to grab the novelization for that one. This one's really cool because I've been trying to collect these, and I don't. My spreadsheet says I don't have this one in my collection, so I'm hoping I don't. I think I only have the middle grade version of this, but this is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and this one is written by Rob McGregor. So it's a different author, I think, for all 4 of these. So yeah, this is cool. I think now I only need like the Kingdom, whatever the last one is, Crystal Skulls Kingdom. I don't know. Those words come together to form the title, but I don't know in what order. But yeah, so I think I'll have all of them once I grab that one. So this was an awesome find for $1. Gotta love that. This one is technically not a novelization, but what they did is they released the novel, and then they released the film based on this book, and then the film became much bigger than the book, so they changed the title. This is Cape Fear, and as it says here, formerly titled The Executioners, and this is written by John D. McDonald. So again, what I'm thinking happened here is that the film came out, obviously Cape Fear was a very popular film, so they changed this book title to Cape Fear in order to, I don't know, make it more saleable, I guess. So yeah, I picked up the Cape Fear, not a novelization, but at least one that was adapted into. And then we have Indecent Proposal, written by Jack Engelhard. So, of course, this is based on the film, which, again, this is another one. I haven't seen the film, but I know about it. Robert Redford, Demi Moore, and Woody Harrelson. So, yeah, this one should be pretty good. Nice, good length here. So that one should be fun. And then another film, and this one I actually haven't even heard of before, but it has Donald Sutherland and Ben Kingsley, so I'm guessing it's probably going to be a pretty good movie. This is called The Assignment, and this one was adapted by, who? Dan Gordon and Sabi H. Shabtai? I guess is how you'd say that. Yeah, so again, I don't know much about this one. It is a serial killer hunt for a serial killer, I guess. So I love it because like the tagline is basically a synopsis in itself because it's so long. But basically it's, the jackal has been on the hunt for 20 years as a serial killer, and now they're trying to find him. So yeah, that one should be pretty cool. This is another one where the sticker I just couldn't get off, but this is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, and this is actually called, what is it? Checkmate, as you can see on the side there. So this is actually book number 3 in this series, and I happen to own book number 1 and number 2. I got them both from the thrift store a while back now, and so I came across number 3 for $1, so I figured I would add it to my collection. I don't know if this is actually a series I'll get around to reading anytime soon or not, but if I decide I want to, then I at least have the first 3 books to get started, so that's always cool. So Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Checkmate. And then we have a Max Allan Collins book, who I've talked about a ton on this channel. I love Max Allan Collins, so I'm hoping that this one will be pretty good. What's super interesting about this one is that Max Allan Collins wrote the original graphic novel for this, which was then turned into a screenplay, for the film, or for film rather, and then he wrote the novelization to the film. So this is Road to Perdition by Max Allan Collins. So I love like the journey that this one has taken to go from graphic novel to film to novelization. So that alone has me very interested in it. I would love to like start from the beginning, read the graphic novel, check out the film, and then read the novelization to kind of see how they compare and contrast. I think that would be a fun video to do, so maybe I'll do that down the line. I do have to pick this up on Blu-ray or DVD, though I do not own Road to Perdition, so I'll have to fix that. But the last book I grabbed at 2nd and Charles today is by far the coolest of the bunch, so I saw this one and just got super excited. This is Omen: The Final Conflict. So I think this is based on the 3rd movie. This is the novelization for the 3rd Omen movie. And this one is in really good shape, except it has like a little bit of a curve at the top here, but otherwise this is in really good shape. So I was super happy to find this. And this is another one that has like pictures of the movie in the middle of the book, which you gotta love. So that's always fun. But yeah, this was just a really cool find. This one is written by Gordon McGill. And again, it's the novelization for one of the Omen films. Like, that is awesome. That is just right in my wheelhouse. So I'm really excited to have picked this one up. Really cool find. So those are all the books that I grabbed from 2nd and Charles. There was a whole bunch, and now they're all going to fall, but I paid so little for them, so I'm very thrilled about that. So let's move now over to FYE. No. We're going to do FYE last because I think that's some of the cooler pickups. Let's move over to my disc replay grab. So the first one I grabbed is actually a novelization that I picked up, I don't know, maybe a month or 2 ago now. And I've been looking for this. I expected only to find this on DVD just because I know that the Blu-rays are quite a bit older and more difficult to find. But they actually had 2 copies of it at that disc replay. This is The Condemned with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vinnie Jones. So this one is from 2007, and you can just see the disc. It's one of these older style Blu-rays, which is really cool. And it even has like this old Blu-ray pamphlet in it, which I always love. So I don't know. I like that it's just an older Blu-ray disc. I think is fun. But yeah, The Condemned, I'm really excited to see because, like I said, I have the novelization, so I want to watch the movie and then read the novelization if I like it. This next one is a bit newer, but it's one I've been wanting to find used, and I was lucky enough today. We have Blumhouse's Fantasy Island. And this is actually like the second horror movie with Lucy Hale. I think the other one was Truth or Dare. And I do have that one, but Fantasy Island was one that I was not able to find cheap until today. So I definitely wanted to pick it up. I know that a lot of people don't talk very highly of this film, but that's okay. I love Blumhouse, and I really like Lucy Hale. I liked her in Pretty Little Liars, even though, don't get me started on Pretty Little Liars. That show, it was so good and then just got so bad. But either way, I liked Lucy Hale in it, so I had to grab Fantasy Island and see for myself if it's any good or not. And then the last one I grabbed from Disc Replay is one I'd never heard of before, but it sounds like right up my alley. This is called Blackwater Abyss, and I think this one came out in 2019. So this basically is about a group of friends who are in Australia, and they're going on this like cave tour, I guess. But then all of a sudden the storm hits, they get trapped in this cave system, and then a killer crocodile comes into the picture. So like that's right in my alley. I love killer crocodile movies or killer animal movies like that. Trapped in one location films are my jam. And then, you know, if you go into a cavern system, yes please. Like The Descent is one of my all-time favorite horror movies. So this one I'm hoping is going to be a lot of fun. It sounds like The Descent meets Crawl, which are two movies I really enjoyed. So I'd never even heard this before. So if you guys have seen this one and it's any good, let me know down in the comments below so I can like move it to the top of my list because it sounds really cool. So Blackwater Abyss. So those were the three that I grabbed from Disc Replay. Those were the three used ones I got from Disc Replay. So that only leaves one more stop. And that stop is FYE. And you guys, FYE was, like I said, like we were Steelbook hunting today. That was the main purpose of today's video. And boy, oh boy, did we strike gold. So I actually found too many Steelbooks. I had to put some back because I just couldn't afford them all, you know, trying to stick within a budget. You guys know how it goes. But let me show you these two first. So we have a Wes Craven double feature. First up from Arrow Video is The Hills Have Eyes. So I've enjoyed this movie when I saw it in the past, but it's been a very long time. I love the remake to this. The Alexander Aja remake is fantastic. Alexander Aja, however you say that. It's brilliant. I love it. So I know I've seen this once and I liked it, but I have not seen it since that one time. So I figured this would be a great way to have it in the collection because some way, somehow, I don't have it in my collection, which just kind of blows my mind, but I'm glad I do now on Blu-ray. And this one actually has like a new 4K restoration, if you can see on the back there. So that's really cool. I'm sure this one's going to look really good. It's from Arrow Video. So yeah, it's probably going to look great. And then another Steelbook and the other Wes Craven film I had to grab. This is The Last House on the Left. And of course, this is the original one, the Wes Craven directed one. So this one has a 2K restoration. So this one should look great as well. And to my shock, I found out like 2 or 3 days ago that I do own this, but only on DVD. So I had to correct that. This is another one where I love the remake. Like, I remember seeing it in theaters and just being like blown away by how brutal it was. So yeah, this is a really just like nasty film, but it's a well-made film. So yeah, very happy to have this one on Blu-ray in my collection from Arrow Video in this awesome looking Steelbook. So those are my Wes Craven double feature there, which is really cool. And then last but not least, the last Blu-ray I grabbed today and the last Steelbook I got from FYE, Halloween 2. You guys, I am so excited about this one because this is getting harder and harder to find. Like right now, I think if you look on Amazon, I checked like 2 days ago, it was $50 on Amazon. So I was able to get this for $20 at FYE rather. And this is probably the best Scream Factory Steelbook that they've released, at least in my opinion, of course. Like, I love this Steelbook. It is beautiful. So I am so happy to have this in my collection. And you can see, this is a limited edition Steelbook, limited to 10,000 copies. So yeah, very happy to have this in my collection as it's getting harder and harder to find. So now I have like, I think 2 different Steelbooks from Scream Factory, which one of them I actually have to show you guys in my upcoming haul video. But yeah, very happy about this one. I didn't expect to find it, but I got lucky. And I think I showed you guys in the video, they also had Piranha on the Steelbook, which I think is another gorgeous Steelbook. But that one I own on DVD already, which is not a big deal because this is actually a triple dip for me. I have it like right behind me. I have it on the like standard Blu-ray. And then I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray, which was one of the first ever Scream Factory Blu-rays. I think number 2 and number 3 were like the first 2 they ever released. So I have it in both those ways, but now I also have this. And I think this one has, this one, it shows a new 4K scan. So hopefully this one will look even better than the other discs I have. But again, the reason I grabbed it was for this packaging. It is gorgeous. So yeah, it was a really good day for Steelbook. So we went Steelbook hunting and we had to toss some back, if you will, because it was just, there was too much there to choose from. So yeah, very happy with all these. And because I decided to film this video a little bit later in the day, I actually have an Amazon package from something that came in, or that I ordered yesterday, that already arrived. I'm looking for my knife. Hopefully I don't need it. But yeah, I ordered this yesterday off of Amazon. It's already here. So let's open it and see what I got. So my big question with this one is, did I get the slipcover? So that's what we're looking for here. Chances are I didn't, because this is an older Scream Factory release, but let's check it out. Oh, it does come with the slipcover. Yes! This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, and look at that, sealed with the slip. Oh, yes, baby. I'm so excited about this. So now I have like all of the Texas Chainsaw films on Blu-ray, excluding Leatherface, which is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. That said, Warner Archives is having their 4 for 44 sale coming up in like a week or 2 now. So I'm definitely grabbing that from there because it'll be $11 at that point. So I will have all of them then. But yeah, this one is, so I'll be honest, I didn't like this film the first time I saw it, but I really wanted to have all of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies on Blu-ray, and this is the best way to do that. And this also includes like the extended cut, or whatever you want to call it, the director's cut, whatever it is. There's more footage in this than there is on the DVD that I have. So yeah, very excited about this. And this one is so interesting because I remember this was one of the first Blu-rays that I wanted to import. It was either Blu-ray or DVD because I wanted to get it from Canada, because I always heard that release in Canada had the extra footage for this, but I never ended up doing it for whatever reason. So now I can finally watch it in all its glory. So yeah, very excited to give this one another shot. Oh, I'm so happy it has the slipcover. Yes, yes, yes. Very excited about this. So this is awesome. A great pickup. And this one was on sale on Amazon recently, or 2 days ago now, or yesterday, I guess it was, because it came overnight, which was really cool. So yeah, very happy to have this one in the collection. So a little bonus unboxing there with it. I'm just going to hold up the movies here. You guys saw all the books. There are all of the movies that I grabbed. So this was an awesome, awesome shopping vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys like these media hunting vlogs. They're always so much fun for me. I'm hoping that you guys have fun with them as well, so that I can continue making them if there's any interest at all. But let me know down in the comments below, what should I prioritize? I'm sure you guys have seen some of these, so let me know what is like cream of the crop. What should I put toward the top of the list, and what can I maybe wait on a little bit because it's not quite as good. I love having more of a conversation with you guys down there, so thank you for leaving all of your comments. As always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a like down below and consider subscribing to Cinefessions here on YouTube if you haven't already. And like I always say, I don't just talk books and movies, I talk all things media, be it books, movies, video games, graphic novels. If it's media related, I'm interested in it, and if you are too, you might consider subscribing. But alright guys, so that is going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.